Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Scott. Today we're going to be reviewing the 1991 classic erotic thriller Night Eyes 2. 2, that's right. We're going to be doing the entire series. There are 4 of them. I reviewed Night Eyes back quite a while ago now, several months, and became my most viewed review. And I actually got messages and comments from people asking me to review the rest of the series. So I'm going to go ahead and review Night Eyes 2 today. It's my favorite of the series. I personally believe that, I'm not a huge erotic thriller fan, but I personally believe that the Night Eyes series pretty much is the definitive erotic thriller series out there. The plot's simple, basically. Andrew Stevens, who you may know is my favorite actor. I think he's a great business guy. I think he's a great filmmaker, producer, writer, star. He just has a very good presence, professional demeanor about him, but he's got a very good commanding presence on the screen, and Night Eyes is the series that enabled him to do that. He returns as the he's basically a security guard for Night Eyes Security, and Will Griffith plays. He returns once again here. This is the first time that I believe he and Shannon Tweed start together in a film, and they kicked off a long collaboration over the years of similarly themed films, basically through the 90s. Mostly direct to video, which is nothing wrong with that, but that's pretty much what they did. They did the Scorned series. They both appeared in Body Chemistry sequels, different ones, and they pretty much forged that kind of a working relationship. Here, I think their chemistry is phenomenal, which doesn't. There's no reason to. There's no wonder why they advanced their career that way together, because their on-screen chemistry is fantastic. Now, while Night Eyes 2 is actually the least graphic of the 4, I'll put it that way, it's the most tame. It's definitely the most well balanced. I think the characters and the relationships that are established are actually pretty good. There's a lot of different characters. There's a lot of different things in play here, and there's good development between the characters. There's a believable relationships established between the characters. The acting is quite good. The production value is quite good. The story has twists and turns throughout. You don't see certain things coming, certain things you think you'll see coming a mile away, and you may not. You have to check it out and see. I think the story is pretty original. I think for the most part the story moves ahead very well, very nicely. Doesn't overstay its welcome. It's not too long. But the production values are surprisingly pretty high for this genre film. Because generally you think they're cheap or they're sleazy or whatever. It doesn't have that feel. There's essentially one intimate scene between Stevens and Shannon Tweed, and it's handled tastefully, classy, and it's actually a really, really good movie. It'll surprise people because, again, it's a direct-to-video sequel for erotic thriller series. You think right away bottom of the barrel. Honestly, it's not one of my favorite genres at all, but I love the Night Eyes series. I think it defines the whole entire erotic thriller genre, especially the 90s. They owned it. Alright? I'm going to go ahead and give Night Eyes 2 a 10 out of 10. It's very rare for me. But I just think it's perfect. I think for what it does, there's well-placed humor throughout. There's some good twists and turns throughout the entire movie. There's a lot of effective scenes. Like I said, there's good relationships established. I think the characters are believable. And the screenplay, the story's from Andrew Stevens, but I think the screenplay itself lends itself to repeated viewing. It's actually very good. It's a very entertaining film, and I think even if you haven't seen the previous Night Eyes films, other than his character being Will Griffith, I think it doesn't matter whatever you're gonna watch, you're just gonna get into. I don't think it matters not knowing the first Night Eyes film. You get the point that he owns a security company. This kind of person that kind of gets into these situations, and each film is, other than him carrying on and a few little elements from previous films, each one in the series is pretty much a standalone movie. But I highly recommend Night Eyes 2. Again, a 10 out of 10, guys. I never do this. Is it by a perfect movie by any means? not at all. But for the genre that it's stuck in and that it's pigeonholed into, which understandably that's the kind of film that it is. I mean, what else would you think from Night Eyes 2 right here? For an erotic thriller, it's 10 out of 10. It's perfect. For a regular film, obviously it's lowbrow. It's not going to win any awards. But for an erotic thriller, 10 out of 10. It does exactly what it sets its sight on and sets out to do. And I think you guys will be very happy with it. So again, tune in again for my next review. I'm glad you guys are here. If you're not following me, please follow me right now. Just click on the subscribe button. There's no fee for it. There's no charge. Just keep informed of my new uploads and see what else I'm going to be putting up. I'm going to try to be on here more often than not. I've just been pretty busy. But again, I appreciate everyone always tuning in. Night Eyes 2 is a great film. I think you guys will enjoy it. I think people that don't even like the erotic thriller, like myself, I'm not a big fan. But there's not too much going on in this film. There's like one, maybe two scenes that get a little steamy, but other than that, it's a pretty well-written thriller. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I will see you guys the next time. Bye.